Hello my fellow gamers and welcome to part 2 of my best out of 3 against the subscriber, the Red Salamander, where in the first episode I had my Skaven take on his Lizardmen, and it was pretty close into my Skaven decided, you know what, we're better off elsewhere. So they all scampered off the field, so it's now 1-0 to the subscriber challenger Red Salamander. So being a grudge match, I've got some Slayers, Giant Slayers. I'll be playing as the Dwarfs. He will be playing once more as his Lizardmen because it's his favourite army, and I said that's absolutely fine. So let's go over the armies then, shall we? So we've got 4 units of Longbeards holding up the front. We then have 3 units of miners, including the Ukrund miners, the Regiment of Renown. These guys are backed up by Rangers, the great weapons, led by runesmiths. We also have a standard dwarf who apparently is immortal. We then have 2 units of slayers and 1 unit of giant slayers because I've never actually used these before, so I really wanted to give them a go, and it was Lizardmen, so I thought they are big monsters. So what did he do? He didn't bring any monsters. Of course he didn't. So we've got here 5 units of Swords Warriors with shields, a nice checkered formation there, backed up by 4 units of Temple Guard. We also have a Skink Priest of Beasts, a Skink Chief, and a Sorcerer of Blood as the Lord. And on the flank here, we have the Cold One Riders. This battle takes nearly 10 minutes, and I outnumber them a little bit, which is quite concerning. So yeah, that's something. But guys, what I'll do as well is I will quickly show you a screenshot of the armies with the map, as I remember someone wanted this in the tournament. So there you go. You can see the whole army set up on both sides. You can obviously pause if you want a better look, but we want to get straight into the battle, so let's begin. And I've just realised this is definitely loud because I've not done the sound. Well done, Shadow. So straight away, charging straight in. You want to try to take them off guard, but look, this is what it's all about, guys. Just 2 armies, just, yeah, run at each other. Just run. It's all good. Well, I say run. Just run fast. We got the Cold Ones on the right there, going on the right flank, coming circling around very nicely here. I do kind of notice that it's like, hang on, we don't have any large, but we do have blasting charges, so, and of course rangers as well, thrown axes. That's going to do a nice bit of damage, as you can see. Yep, look at that. Fantastic. Oh, but we do have Flock of Doom dropped here. We do know that if Jenna on occasion's watching this, he'll be very pleased to see that. Charged in there with the Longbeards, trying to get the miners to give more support. But we seem to have a bit of a gaps forming here, and they're coming straight through and getting good flanking positions. Got some Slayers, they've positioned themselves to tackle on the cavalry. Giant Slayers moving in. Lord should be taking on the Swords of Blood in a classic Lord on Lord thing, with some dwarves stabbing him in the back. But this turns very quickly into a very long slug match, as you can imagine. We've got the Slayers going on the flank here. Over there we have the miners and the runesmith taking on the Swords Warriors with the shields, doing a lot of damage here. And of course these guys, the rangers, still giving their support to the Longbeards on the far right. We do have the runesmiths doing all their buffs, debuffs exactly. Remember, these rangers have great weapons, so they will do a nice bit of damage. You can see they're taking a lot. Here comes the cold-blooded, but I do have the Slayers in position. Shadow, what are you doing? Shadow, no, the cold ones are there, Shadow. What are you doing? No. Don't charge them. Oh, for crying out loud. These guys have started rampaging. We've done quite a bit of damage on their front line. They've done a lot to us, though. We do have the Skink Chief. He's just kind of helping out there. I don't know if that's a blowpipe. Yeah, he's just taking the odd shot. I think he's actually taking shot. Ah, here we go. The Slayers there and there are now battalion against the Cold One Riders, pushing them back. The Swords of Blood is actually getting really beaten up here compared to the Giant Slayers and the Lord there. It looks like it's going quite well for the Dwarfs. It's a bit equal here with the Temple Guard involved, but this group, they've rampaged, and they've got Ruin of Wrath and Ruin dropped on them, so that's doing a nice bit of damage. Could the Slayers finally get it? I think he obviously wasn't paying attention. We got a good charge in there. And now they're mixed in, the other group will start going in, and they will cut them down very quickly. Oh, Swords of Blood has actually broken. So now the Lord and the Giant Slayers can just charge in. And they're taking out the Swords of Swords Warriors here very nicely. We do have the Skink Priest of Beasts mixing in with these Longbeards and Temple Guard, which is quite interesting. We do have these Slayers are just chasing them around, and you got the... Oh, the Dwarf Lord has decided he's had enough of that Skink Chief. He's going to charge straight into him. Does he move him? He does indeed. Look at that! Get back here, you coward, the feathers. The Swords of Blood has actually rallied, and we do have the Cold One Riders, obviously faster, so they can start doing some serious damage. Oh, we do have some Rangers making a run for it. Miners and Runesmiths are the only thing holding their flank up. Temple Guard coming in, and the Cold One Riders are charging straight into the flank there, and that's going to cause some serious damage for that flank. Serious problems. And Finns aren't looking good all of a sudden. We've got Dwarves breaking on the right flank as well, as they slowly, as you can see, suddenly seem to be just smashing through them. We were doing well earlier, and now it's all kind of falling apart for the Dwarves. There's the Cold Ones being able to just rip through. We've got these Old Blood coming in here. This flank's pretty much lost at this point. Yeah, look, that we are winning this battle though. And the Slayers are coming in as well. They're charging into the Cold One. Try and get some... Runesmith trying to salvage this state here, but it's not looking good. These guys are broken, so now these dwarves are going to come around and try, I believe, some join over there and some join over here to deal with these Temple Guard. There they go. And then this group, I would say that's about even here. Here, the Lizardmen have won hands down. They've pushed right through now. The flank, the Runesmith desperately doing everything he can to keep these guys going. What's great is we do have 2 units of Slayers. Oh, but the Cold One Riders are over there. These guys have rampaged, and the Temple Guard are not looking good either. And we've got some Longbeards moving in. And we've got some Miners have rallied, so they'll be coming back onto the field shortly. Swords of Blood trying to get rid of that Runesmith. Got some nice blasting charges on the back of them where they try and run. But you guys, you need to kind of get in here and deal with this. But we do have the Cold One Riders now. These guys have been absolutely amazing for the Red Salamander. He's done a lot of damage with them. Boom, there we go. The centre's now collapsing. The right flank for the Dwarves have now completely collapsed, so the Lizardmen now dominate that. We do have a little resistance there. Temple Guard being beaten by the Giant Slayers and the Dwarf Lord. Over here, the tables have turned. With all the Slayer reinforcements, we have actually... Come on, can we get the Swords of Blood? How much health has he got? 339. There's a lot of guys here to try and take that out. We do have the Miners coming back in. They're coming for the, I believe, the Skink Chief. But the centre has pretty much been lost. Got some Longbeards and Lords trying to take on the Cold One Riders, but there's just too many Lizardmen. Another big group coming in. We have some Dwarves rallying, but I don't think it's going to be enough to hold the line. We've got these Longbeards are chasing down the Swords of Blood. They really want to get them down. The Slayers are moving in. We also have the Rune of Oak and Steel, so that's going to buff the Slayers' little bit of armour. Do they even have armour? No, but they do now, which is always nice. So they're charging straight in there. Pretty much all I can do at this point is just charging what units I've got into the units he's got and try and just... There we go. We got some Swords Warriors rampaging, which is great. Debuff on their defense now, I believe. Yes, it is. Melee attack and something else as well. Leadership. Yep, that's good. And these Temple Guard are getting beat quite badly. I do make a mistake here. I turn the Longbeards around to bring it to fight, even though there's Temple Guard here and the Swords of Blood could rally. Got some more Longbeards over here coming in, some more Miners rallying, and it's turned into this. Unfortunately, this is not good for myself, because while he's holding me in position, he brings the Cold One Riders, and as I said, these guys have done a brilliant job. Not sure what these Giant Slayers are doing. Shadow, what are you doing with them? Deal with them. He's coming in to deal with the Longbeards. He's going to try and make their leadership just plummet and chase them off the field. Seriously, what are these guys doing? Big unit, and they're just literally being shot at one at a time. That's terrible micro. But we do have more Dwarves coming in here. We're taking on the Skink Priest of Beasts, but he's actually scaring them off. But the front line here is going in our favour. There's a lot of Lizardmen breaking. Got couple of Temple Guard and that in there. Runesmith coming back as well, so I'm going to try and do above. We do have some exact... No, that's just Rangers to throwing axes. Oh, we do have a Flock of Doom drop there, though. And as you see, this whole group over here has rallied, destroyed the Longbeards, and they're coming up behind us. Giant Slayers are still just stood there. I can't believe I did this. There was 18 of them. Now there's only 12, so we're losing a lot of them. That is terrible. There we go. We've got another buff going down there. Damage resistance and armour, which is just about time, because these guys are coming in, causing all sorts of problems. And these guys are coming in as well. Trying to just wrap up what we can. Rangers getting a few axes thrown in here to help the Runesmith against the Temple Guard. Giant Slayers are finally on the move, guys. But there's only 9 of them left. They're half strength to what they were. But they are going in against the Skink Chief. Hopefully they'll be able to take him out. Got some more Lizardmen rallying here. But here comes the Source of Blood. Just wouldn't die. Longbeard's coming in. Have they broken? Yes, the Cold Ones. Oh no, sorry, that's the Source Warriors. But as you can see, they're quite badly damaged. The Skink Priest has finally been broken. I mean, I've got a lot of Slayers. We do have Rangers, but he's coming straight for the Rangers now. Taking them out. Splendid. These ones, definitely MVP. Boom. There you go. Unit's been completely wiped. Look at the amount of bodies as well. We've got a minute remaining. Balance power still quite even. Even though he outnumbers me 2-1, we do have Slayers. We're trying to get the Source, Old Blood out. The Lord's getting in there. We got some more. Nope, they've just shattered. They've given up on life. They just don't want to bother anymore. And I believe that is the units we got left. 15 units. It's because of those Giant Slayers, 6 of them, a Lord and a group of Slayers. That is all we've got. We've got some Temple Guard coming in now to take on the last of the Slayers, and they will just cut them down. The Lord as well, and these Slayers are being, wiped out. There's 2 of them left, guys. This is it. And, yeah, I can't see it going well. How many units have we got? Yep, Slayer's been wiped out. How many's there? Giant Slayers, there's 3 there. And you got the Lord as well, who's still doing, he's shaking, even though he's taking all that. But look how weak everything is, guys. I was so close, but no, he is broken as well. And the Slayers have been beaten. So, yeah, that was insane. Absolutely insane. It went back and forth all the way through. At one point we were winning the front line, and another point he was winning it. Hands down, MVP has to be the Code 1 Riders. They were always where they were needed. The mistakes I made were like not chasing down the Source Old Blood, not finishing off units. There's so many units here that they're all battered, they're all pretty much gone, but I didn't finish them off. And so when it came to the end, oh, and the Giant Slayers being wasted as well, that was just embarrassing. But the front line held quite nicely, and the Slayers did a good job. So did the Rangers, you know, giving support, you know, the blasting charges, done alright. The Runesmiths as always do well, and the Lord a good solid choice. But yeah, another win to the Red Salamander. So that means the Red Salamander has won this best out of 3. But of course tomorrow we will be doing the 3rd and final match, where I will be playing for honour. Or what little honour I've got left. But there we go, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. And I hope to see you tomorrow for the 3rd and final round against the Red Salamander subscriber. Thank you for joining me. And hopefully see you next time. Till then, take care.